To stop doing things behind the committee. Because you've been calling contractors behind our backs.
No, I
to
never.
negotiate
I have
contracts
all the
behind
things here
our
in my
backs.
phone. No, I
And
never.
we warn you, we told
I
you.
can prove. I will make the thing. I will
Why
make the
don't you-
thing. I will make everything.
I gave you a chance and I listened to you. Let me talk now. Listen to
Just say the truth.
That
If
we
you don't
warned
say the
you
truth,
5
I cannot
times
stop.
in a meeting not to continue to go behind our backs, call contractors, make deal by yourself, set up meetings.
It's not true.
Daniel,
It's a lie.
you don't
I have everything here. I have that.
Okay, he's calling on Phil.
Okay, Phil, the meeting at the Donkey Donut, who set up that meeting, the first meeting?
I asked you, but I have here. I have here this for sure. I have this one here. I'm saying to that I set up the meeting.
Oh, you set up the
contractor.
meeting?
Yeah, because you asked me to set up the
I
meeting.
didn't even know the contract.
Okay.
I'll call the police and ask him.
Okay, we
You
call.
record me? No. If you delete it.
I would like to know what is your job and your qualification in this, because I am not putting my money in your hand to handle. I don't know who you are. Listen, you have a board member and he's not on the board. He's not on the board, so how come he coming inside of it?
All right, don't attack.
Which door did he walk in to get
Hold
in
on,
here?
but don't attack anybody here. Listen, please.
Listen, I wasn't here when you started and I heard that question and I'm asking.
Listen, I'll answer your question. I'm going to answer Daniel and I'm going to respond to Michael. But listen, people, it's not working.
It's not people, I want to know what's his qualification? Why is he here? He's not on the board.
Not at that meeting, and you need to admit that here. Because you made so many assertions and allegations here, trying to make me look bad. Because I offered to help.
Wait, I thought Martin said we're not attacking each other here.
I am
He's not. He's not.
Let's attack. Let's attack.
Not yet.
But how you differentiate
I understand. Differentiate.
yeah between the one that's living here and the one that's not supposed to be here.
Ultimately, we're going to find.
All right.
I would like to know if the board will vote for, if the board will vote for we apply to have the grant of the 175,000 that the Senate approved for the roof.
Oh, really?
We're gonna explore that.
Okay.
It's money to help, and we have to explore. No, I got that thing. Yeah, we're gonna explore. Of course, we're gonna explore. Somebody about here has a bike. Probably that person is unaware that we're not supposed to have a bike here. Please, if somebody knows that individual, kindly tell that individual you can't have it here. You have to get rid of it. And if he or she doesn't, then we have to do something about it.
You should stand in the front.
20-year recertification report has been completed for all 22 buildings in phase 2 and 3.
You asking me?
Is that a question? Or is that
Every company, you should have known that. It started under you. Have they? Have those?
Let me ask you the second question,
Yeah.
and then that'll answer what you just asked me. Have you received, or Chantel, have you received the 40-year recertification for phase 2 and 3 from the city of Margate? Have you received the notice? So it's safe to say that the engineer reports have not been completed for phase 2 and 3, and that we have to consider, just be mindful, please, that work has to be done once the city lets us know phase 2 and 3 has to be done for their 40-year recertification.
The lady upstairs, her AC, whether it was illegally put in, old, new, in between, it had nothing to do with the drain line leak. I tell you, you know why I know that? I'm gonna tell you why I know that. For 37 years, you know what I did for 37 years? You know what I did for 37 years? I service AC, I service refrigerators, I service anything that runs in your building, from your light bulb to down your drain. I know it. So when I went to the apartment, for 37 years of experience, I knew then that it wasn't the AC. I have the experience, I have the knowledge. Okay? I've done electromechanical technician for 37 years.
That's right.
So don't tell me that the lady is at fault. She's not at fault.
Where are we getting the money to pay for this lawsuit? Are we gonna put that into the assessment?
Which one is
The
your
lawsuit for Lori?
Which one is
they
your
mentioned? So I wanna know, is that gonna be coming out of our pocket?
Which one? The 40-year inspection, I'll be honest with you. I don't know specifically what the 40-year inspection entails.
I'm on my way to the HOA meeting, and as you can see, we already got, I don't know, it's probably some Karens that don't even know how to drive, to be honest with y'all, man. They're probably going to the meeting right now. Hi, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Today, we're at the other HOA meeting. We're going to see what they got to say with my boy, Guanaman. We're going to get down to business today and get some answers, man, and see what they say.
Yeah, in the Laurel Condominium Club. The meeting was called to order by the property manager, John Casement, at 7 p.m. Present, Lawrence Martin, President, Artemisa Icavallo, Vice President, Phil Steinsville, Treasurer, Orhan Hamza, Director, Dina Day, Director, and it was Victor, Secretary. Not present was Ali Joeli, he was Director, absent when called. $8.91. Motion to accept financial report was made by Artemisa and seconded by Dina. Replacement of property keepers with John Trey Smith as property manager. Motion by Artemisa and seconded by Lawrence. All in favor. Replacement of Victory Accounting Services with Emirat, formerly Sharma Accounting. Motion made by Artemisa and seconded by Lawrence. Vote on unanimous in favor. Cancellation of the Recon Parking Management Contract. Motion by Artemisa and seconded by Lawrence. Vote on unanimous in favor. Select board representatives for arbitration and the Lori Hughes litigation. Motion made by Artemisa to send Lawrence and Philip, seconded by Dina. Vote in favor, Artemisa, Dina, and Orhan. This was all when bids are in. Discussion with insurance representative Hector Medina and loan officer. Presentation on insurance by Hector and possible loan option by Matthew Lindbaum from Wintrust. Purchase of a laptop. Discussion of inviting contractor Kevin Blackwood to speak at the future board meeting. Homeowners do not want to invite Mr. Blackwood up. The floor was open to homeowners and meeting adjourned at 9:36. Motion made by Lawrence and seconded by Artemisa.
Motion to approve the minutes. Are there any corrections first? Motion to approve the minutes.
Motion approved.
Second.
Second?
All in favor?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, now we're gonna go ahead and start with our agenda items, and I'm gonna turn it over to Mr. Martin.
Okay, guys, before we even start the agenda items, I want to make something clear. Anybody in this room has anything personally against me, do it with me, not with the association. You want to attack me? I have a thin shirt, but my skin is thick. Everybody I'm speaking to. Don't attack the association. We're working for the people. If you have a problem with me, I can take it. We can do a debate here. You run the room, I come with you and we debate. Okay? But for principle, for respect for others, please do not interrupt the meeting. You ask questions, we find answers. We don't have them today, we try and get them tomorrow. We don't get them tomorrow, we get back to you because you're going to ask for them diligently. When we get them, we contact you. And I want to say this. There has not been a single person who has come to that office, call my phone, call my email, and never got a response. I always answer my phone, speak to people. So, all I'm saying, if there is any grievance or animosity here toward me, just address me. Don't let the association suffer. Please, don't do it. No, we can start our meetings. All right? So the agenda we have here tonight, we're not going to go as we have them here. There are certain things that are more crucial, certain things we have to do now, certain things we have to address later. So I'm going to go down, I'm going to read the agenda as we have it. We have special assessment, we have roof proposals, we have 40-year inspection violations, we have tree trimming, removal, we have parking management and towing, and we have progress report. Sorry. So the first one we will deal with right now is a progress report. We want to give an idea as to where we started, where we were, where we are now. That's the first thing we want to do. Please, go ahead.
Okay, so when this board took over, the most recent financials at that time, we had a total of $178,155.44 in our truest operating account. In our Popular Bank operating account, we had $36,836.23. Now, we owe the reserves $105,097.99 because we're not collecting enough assessments to pay all the bills, so we owe the reserves. Also, we owe the security and escrow account $14,855.72. In our laundry account, we had $68,2388. And then we have a series of truist special assessment accounts that need to be closed out that had one had 1 cent, one had 5 cents, one has $123.49. Another one has $22,395.37. And yet another had $10,361.59. For a total operating of $134,742.35. Okay. Since we've taken over, I have a petty cash statement for using the credit card for the month of June. We spent $1,000 on things like our Adobe subscription. We had to pay, there's a difference in what was budgeted for the association website and what actually was charged to us. I guess the rate went up for 2024 since the budget was created. We had to, I'm sorry?
The rate? What do you mean the rate?
The rate for the association website, what was budgeted, there was a difference, so it must have did an increase. We had to do a GoDaddy renewal for our domain because the association Voice, they actually owned our domain, so we took our domain from them. And then we had to set up a new email because with getting rid of Property Keepers, the email for the association was Property Keepers email that it belonged to them. We bought some office supplies and some refreshments. And then we had to renew or update our debeeper with the new board members.
Excuse me, how much is the website company charging?
The website is charging $400 and something quarterly.
This paper you will just put on the website for anyone to just take a look because
Yeah, sure.
Thank you.
Also, with our new maintenance person that we have, we've done some, some maintenance projects. We've had some soffit repairs done to prevent rodents from getting in some of the buildings because we know we need a roof, but in the meantime, we can't just leave things exposed. And I'm going to upload all of these so you can see pictures before and afters on the website as well. There's just some lights that he's fixed. There's an antenna hanging off of the clubhouse here that he was able to repair. There were some holes surrounding building A that was possibly letting something into the building, so he went ahead and sealed those off. Let's see. The pool drain was disgusting and clogged, so he cleaned that out. There were some cracked tiles surrounding and on the pool deck. He went ahead and he repaired that. And every day he's coming in and we're trying to work on little projects that we're able to work on. We know we have a lot of capital projects, but we'll do what we can just to, prevent any type of safety issues and stuff. Yep.
Okay, Manu, thank you very much. So we move on. Now, as we speak, we're not going to go accordingly as you see it on the sheet. So I'm going to start first with roofing. Roofing proposals or estimates. We have gotten to the point where we can now release all the figures, all the numbers, every individual who wants to see them can come into the office, get a copy, or to the extent that we can upload them on the website, people who have access to the website will be able to see them as of tomorrow. However, I'm going to read off the figures with respect to bids, the names of the companies, and as I said before, you want to see them, they will be available. Okay, so we're starting off with roofs. There's a company by the name of Beta Contracting Company. They do roofs, and we got that referral, so we called them, we tracked them down, and they came here, did a review, did measurements, sent in an estimate. They came in at, first estimate for them, for all the roofs, including phase 3, was $1.497 million. Okay, after speaking with the insurance company and they confirmed that we don't have to do phase 3, owing to the fact that those roofs were completed 10 years ago, we still have life, they have a lifespan of 15 to 20 years, they excuse us. So they resubmitted an estimate of a total of $929,520. $929,000. Okay? 520. Okay. So,
Phase 1 and 2.
so this is now for all the phases excluding 3. So they redid their bid. Ma'am, please, when we're finished, we take all the questions regarding that. Now, deck roofing, same thing, because we had said to them previously all the roofs had to be done. And then after speaking with the insurance representative, he confirmed that no, we can exclude those. So he came in at $1.7 million. Now, that was deck roofing, okay? Deck roofing, okay. So after excluding phase 3, he now has an estimate of $1.12 million for phase, all the phases except phase 3. So we have another one, Florida Pro Roofing Company. They came in at and now we're talking about just the phases that need to be done. Okay? Florida Pro came in at approximately $1.33 million. There's another company, Leak Proof, $1.24 million. Best Roofing came in at $1.709 million. And that's excluding phase 3. SCI Roofing came in at $1,040,000. Those are the roofing estimates that we have gotten so far. As I said before, you will be able to see them. You come in the office, you can get copies, or to the extent that they're able to be uploaded on the website, you'll be able to see them. They're open now, so okay, everybody can see them. Now we move on. Second thing, 4th-year inspection. I'll get to you, ma'am. As soon as we're finished, we'll give you a chance. We'll go back over all the items when you're ready. Now, for the 4th-year inspection and violation, we have to take care of those. Critical, we're incurring violation expenses daily. We have to take care of those. So we got contractors to pay. Now, we have, again, Beta. They got a GC, general contractor, not roofing now, just for the 4th-year inspection. They came in with a bid of $70,700. All right. There's another company, next to bill. They send us one, estimate $158,700. GNF turnkey, they sent us an estimate of $21,950. They missed out some stuff. They're yet to come back with a revised estimate. Leak proof. Leak proof, they do roofs and they do GC work, general contracting work. They came in with a bid of $128,000. $128,000. Now, for the engineering work, to guide, to inspect, get permits, close them, help us with respect to getting rid of the violations, what your inspection we're talking about, Gray and Associates Engineering Company. They gave us a proposal, $30,000. That's for the engineering work. Okay. Now, in addition to doing the roofs, there is a law now. The City of Margate, the building department requires us to increase the height of each stand that supports an air-conditioned unit on the roof. So those stands that are now under 18 inches, we have to get them up to 18 or above. They will not tolerate stands lower than 18 inches. Therefore, we had to get AC contractors to do estimates for those. Meaning that while the roofers are doing their job to re-roof a particular building, the AC contractor has to be there with his guys to remove whatever unit is on top, put the new stand, and then when the roofers reach a stage where the stand can go back on, they reinstall, put a freon in, or whatever. Or they put gas in, as some people call it. Let's not, okay. So we had 3 bids for that. Okay. Marcor Technical Service came in with a bid of $189,000 to do all the stands. And we're talking about excluding phase 3. Okay?
189.
Alfred Ear came with a bid of $145,835. And then there's another one, Ear Concept, came in with a bid of $160,000. Those are the 3 bids for the stands regarding the AC to support. Okay?
How many buildings have ACs up there?
Alex, I think we'll get a chance to explore that and explain that. So the next one is, next item on the agenda, tree trimming and removal.
What is it?
Tree trimming and removal. Okay, those limbs, or you want to call them, that extended over the buildings, will create a problem when we have storm, hurricane season. Now we're in. We want to cut those limbs off. There are some trees that we have to remove completely. We have to get them out, okay? For more than one reasons. But for now, because the hurricane season is here, we want to concentrate and trimming the trees first. However, while we're in this, there is one particular tree, L?
Well, it's between
Between L and M, there's a tree that we have to totally get rid of because there's a leak, underground leak, one of our main line, supply line, and we have to remove that particular tree, get to the roots underneath, see where the leak is at the pipe, and then we could repair it. So we have to remove that tree. So what I'm giving you now, we have 2 estimates for removing trees and trimming trees. We have tried to reach out to more than one, but we're able to get just from 2 companies. First one is second to none, and it's lawn company and tree service company They gave us an estimate of $22,660 to cut and to trim trees. Continental Lawn Service, they gave us an estimate of $15,750.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear what you said. Hunter and whatever gave you what?
Second to none,
Second to none, I got 22,660.
and Continental Lawn, $15,750. That's their total price to trim and to remove some trees.
How many trees? Just one?
No, it's trimming all of them that need to be and removing.
How many to remove?
There's one that has to be removed, he said, between buildings L and M, and others have to be
No, I'm
trimmed.
asking about in this amount, it's trimming all the trees and how many trees they are moving.
Now open that to the floor, yeah, Danielle, can you wait?
Yeah, of course.
Thank you.
Okay, so we have an item here, which is parking, management, and towing. If I remember the last time we spoke on that, there was some uncertainty as to what we will do, what we're going to do, how we plan to move forward. Now, here is our concept. We have not committed to a particular towing company as yet. We have to get a towing company, that's a must. And I'll explain to you why. We don't intend to get a management or a managing company to come in here and charge us money to do something that we can do ourselves. We're trying to save money. People who own units here are able to park in their own space. If they have a visitor, they're able to guide their visitor or visitors to the right parking spot. That's done. The only persons we are going to tow are persons who live on the outside, come in here, park their vehicles. They don't live here. We tow them because there's a sign at the gate, no trespassing. It's simple. So you come here, you don't live here, you park your vehicle here, you're not a visitor to somebody, we're going to tow it. It's simple. Now for the residents, and of course, while I'm on the topic, the last time I read the rules, no bikes, no trucks, commercial truck should be here. That also goes for a bike, a commercial truck, but all those are illegal things. So if the rules say you don't bring them here, all it means it's illegal. We're going to tow it. Okay? So people, residents, owners, we're not here to destroy your lives. We think we can form a committee that can monitor the parking lot. We think we have enough people with the capability to volunteer to see whether or not this particular person is invading our privacy and taking advantage of us here. So we call the office and we say, there's a guy here who doesn't live here. There's a guy here who has a utility vehicle that doesn't belong here. We get rid of that person.
That's right.
There's a bike here that doesn't belong here. We lift it up, we take it out. So there's no point in thinking that, oh, they're going to tow my vehicle because I go to Walmart and I just run inside my house, I go to park my car, I live here, they're going to, no such thing. We're not intending to tow people who live here. That's not our objective. Our objective is to have this place safe for everybody who lives here. Right? So that's about the towing. Now, as I said, we made no decision, we're just exploring options. And that's it. Here's an idea. There was one resident here who came in the office, spoke to us about the parking, and I asked the person, not going to say he or she, will you volunteer to be on the parking committee? The person says yes. Because the person explained to us that we can monitor this thing, we can get this thing done. All we're asking, if you have suggestions, put it to the office, we'll debate it. And that's basically what it is.
Can I ask a question about that?
We will get to that. I promise you we'll get to everything. All the questions you have, as I said before, we'll try to answer them answer them. If we don't have answers today, we'll try to get them. If we don't get them, we'll get back to you and we'll research them. To the extent that we can find them, we'll give them to you. Now, this is not a meeting to determine special assessment. And we all know this by now, by experience. A special assessment will be a special meeting, probably by itself, nothing else. But we're giving you guys an idea with respect to some figures, which will be as close as we will get to a special assessment figure for each individual unit. Yes. For phase 1, phase 2, phase 3. Now, we did not sit in the office and crunch any numbers on our own. We wanted things to be official, we wanted things to be correct, we want to send it to the professionals. So if we want to question it, we can question the professionals. Everybody has access to the accounting firm. You probably know people there by name by now. You could call them, you could confirm the numbers, okay? Now, I asked the accounting firm to do 2 figures. One, without interest, which means to the extent that we're going to take a loan, people who cannot afford to pay upfront a lump sum, we will try to get a loan, which we have started to explore. We had a guy here who spoke. People who say, no, I don't want to go through that, I want to pay the extra amount, because you know when you do loans, interest costs more money. If you say longer time, same interest rate, same amount, more money. Shorter time, same interest rate, same amount, less money. So people who don't want to go that way, they can take the other option. Now, when we reach a point and we understand how many people, how many unit owners pay their assessment or commit to their assessment upfront right now, then we are able to subtract that amount. This is according to the banker and the accounting firm. And then we arrive at a different figure, lower than the total amount, which means the people who are going to accept the loan terms and conditions, those are the people who will go the way of the loan. So it's not for everybody. Okay. Now, whatever interest rate I gave is just an interest rate, because nobody knows right now what it's going to be. So the figure I'm going to read is basically without interest rate. Now, according to the accounting firm, when we total up everything that we are going to do, that we intend to accomplish, and I'll read them off before I will go to the figure. Now, somebody asked me a very important question yesterday, and I was able to answer, because based on what's on the sheet, you don't see it here. Okay? So, for the roofs, for example, for the 4th-year inspection or the 4th-year report or recertification, for the AC stands, for paving, for trees, for engineering inspection, for contingencies, overrun, we use a percentage, we use 15%. We come up with a total of $2,426,000 approximately. People are writing, I'll give you a chance.
Roof, 40-year AC stands, paving, trees, and contingency, and what else?
Engineering, inspection engineering.
Thank you.
And the contingency.
All the 3 phases or just 1 and 2?
1 and 2.
All the phases except phase 3.
Phase 3.
For roof.
We're talking about roofs, 4th year, recertification, AC stands, paving, trees. And when we say trees, we mean removing the trees, purchasing trees, because I understand some say 6, some say 4. when you cut one tree, you have to replace it with 4 or 6. And then you have to pay the guy to replant. That's not me, that's not her, that's not us. That's the city of Market. You cut one tree, the one should buy 4 or 6, plant them, so you have to pay the guy to plant. So when you calculate that, we arrive at some estimate, okay? Now,
When you say 40 years, so phase 2 and 3, right? Oh. Finishing 1, 2, and 3.
okay, so whatever the first year inspection entails, everything will be done. The engineer knows the scope of work. As a matter of fact, Gray & Associates have been here since, I think, 2022 or before. He knows the landscape, he understands the situation, he's aware of the problems, and he knows what the solutions are. So, whenever he gets involved, he'll do it.
When you
Now-
say paving, you were saying all problems in the paving, or just when we take out the trees? Sorry, I
We'll
just
come
don't
back.
understand.
We'll come back to that. We'll come back. You can ask all the questions. We'll come back. Now, so down to the figures. Based on the total amount I just gave you, a person who lives in phase 1 that has a 1-bedroom unit,
Okay, guys, please.
you will write now. Okay? So a person who lives in phase 1 that has a 1-bedroom unit, your total amount for that unit will be $6,217.10.
You said 6,000?
$6,217.10.
For the year. For the year?
The person, that's a total amount.
Total amount, like the loan.
Period. If you want to pay it off now, I'll take the check.
Okay. So that's for the length of the loan?
No, that doesn't include the loan. That's
Okay,
not.
that's what
Yes.
they will be asking for.
Yes, without
Got it.
any loan, without any interest rate, that's why I'm not giving you any figure regarding the loan. Okay?
All right.
Please, please, if you have a pen, you can write it down.
Can you repeat that number one more time slowly, please?
Okay, the number, phase 1, 1-bedroom unit, $6,217.10.
I got a 2-2.
Phase 1, 2-bedroom, $8,578.63. That's your total amount for the assessment, special assessment. Phase 2, that has 72 units, phase 2, $10,726.90. Phase 3,
Sorry, 10,000?
$10,726.90. Phase 3, that has 88 units, total amount, same figure, $10,726.90. People, not sorry, 91 cents. People, that's it. No, the number I gave you is predicated upon the figures I gave you for roofing, for 40-year inspection, for paving, for cutting and planting trees, for paying the guy to put the trees back into the ground, for the engineering to work, and for rollovers.
Okay, but you had 6 quotes for roofing. Which one are we using? We're using the most expensive, least expensive?
We'll come to that. Hold your question.
Whatever it is, it's gonna add up to $2,426,000.
So, here's the
Whatever it
thing.
is, it's gonna add up to $2,426,000.
Here's the thing. I want to read this figure again, just to be sure. Phase 1, 1-bedroom, $6,217.10. Phase 1, 2-bedroom, $8,578.63. Phase 2, 72 units, each unit, $10,726.90. Phase 3 should be the same amount. 88 units, $10,726.90. It's a 91 cents. It should be really nice. Very simple. So that's it. Now, we are going to literally walk into the accounting office to negotiate with somebody when we have this special assessment meeting to be here to explain to everybody, and you will have questions and will answer about these figures. I did not put them together with respect to the amount you will pay. I just sent them our estimate regarding the roofs, the 40-year inspection, the stands, trees, the what you call overruns or the change orders, possibilities, and all that stuff, and the engineering work. Now, let's see if there's anything on the agenda.
That's it?
Pretty much, that's everything.
So how did they get 30 before?
Before you,
How did they get 30,000 before? When he's saying the most is 10,000.
Pretty much, that's it. Now, I'll say again, we're going to take questions, but please, people, if somebody is speaking, give them a chance to speak. Don't yell at each other. It doesn't make any sense. We do not accomplish anything that way. As I said before, you have a beef with me, take it out with me. Rent the room. I'm not going to help you pay. Rent the room, we'll debate economics, finance, current events, religion, anything. I'll debate you here, just you alone, and the other crowd stay over there. You rent the room. I'm not going to help you pay for it. So don't attack the people here. Don't attack the people there. If you have something with me, take it up with me. Let's debate. You win, I lose. Fine with me too. Okay, question number 1. Yes, ma'am.
If we are to speak, are we not supposed to raise our hand?
No, that's
and be
okay with me.
recognized instead of speak out of turn?
Good.
Thank you.
As she's saying, raise your hand if you intend to speak, and we'll identify you. We're going to take your question. And of course, let me be.
what?
Yes. Now let me say something. We have a group. Everybody is free from Phil to myself to answer your question. If Phil has an input, he's free to give it. If she has an input, she's free to give it. Dana, Elba, anybody. So if Phil, you want to say something?
Yeah, I just want to go over the delinquencies real quick. So the figure that we gave on May 23rd was 264, 768, 91. That was at the meeting at June 18th. As of June 28th, we'll call that pretty close to the end of the month. It's 255, 121, 70. NOLA letters were done by Victory at the end of April. We are starting foreclosure process. It's a 120-day process. NOLA letters, along with the affidavit of mailing and the ledger balance, has been sent to our attorney for collections. So we're on top of the foreclosure process.
That's great. You said that to go?
No, so now you're gonna go ahead and open the floor for questions, and I will identify,
I just like before opening to the rooms and other questions regarding the loan, so we don't go like too far from the amounts you just gave us. If anybody here needed to get a loan, I kind of wanted to understand what you had said about the loan. Have you started a conversation with the bank, is the association looking into getting a loans, or do we have to do that?
We have started the process. The guy that was here, Matt, he's willing to accommodate us. What he's waiting on right now, minutes regarding the assessment, minutes regarding we're going to take a vote of approval to access a loan, which means the board says yes, we go ahead and access the loan. If that's what Monica is asking. So yes, we're at a stage. We spoke to the loan guy, and of course we called other banks. He called probably 3 banks. Nobody wants to talk to us. We got a referral, I think, from Monica. She asked for information, never got anything. So we didn't get anywhere with anybody else. We tried probably 4th bank, and this is the only bank that is willing to accommodate us. So yes, we have started the process.
We're gonna take a loan for everybody, not like individuals.
Right, for the association first, you're gonna look into that. Now, there was an idea floating around from the previous board of maybe looking into and voting into having access to the escrow, so at least a percentage you know, those people that have escrow, they could pay their own loan, their own.
We are doing that too.
Special
Pay us
assessment with their own money, yeah?
Yeah, we are doing that too.
Do you have that idea as well?
Yeah. That's great. Jody, thank you very much.
First of all, I'm very pleased that the figures that
I
you
can't
got
hear
out
you.
there.
Jody, we can't hear you though.
I was supposed to raise our hand and be acknowledged.
Right, we can't hear you though.
You can't hear. They want to speak loud. You want to stand up? You can stand.
You can stand right here.
I just want to say, I'm very pleased, like I'm sure other people are, they hear these figures, okay? It's kind of breathtaking that it would be such a difference, but, sounds good. Real quickly, just to make sure that you know, because we're talking about the roofs on phase 2, building 20 is not, should not be included in those numbers, because that was repaired and replaced as of recently, not, I'm not gonna say in the last year or so, but it doesn't come under that lifespan, okay, because it's newer. So you may wanna see if that makes any kind of difference.
Well,
Lastly,
let me respond to that before you shoot your last question.
I'm sorry?
Let me respond to that building 20, building 20, right?
Yes.
Now, that was taken into consideration by one of the roofers. He realized that that particular roof was redone recently. However, I don't know what happened. The insurance company requires that that roof also be redone.
Well, whatever they say.
So yes, we did consider eliminating or excluding
Too bad.
20, but the insurance company said, you won't get away with that one.
All right, the last thing I want to mention is the towing and the parking situation. All right, if I'm clear, my son comes to visit me and I can tell him any yellow guest spot you can park in. He's here for 2 or 3 nights. I don't have to tell anybody.
I don't think so. I don't think it's for 2 or 3 nights. I don't think
Not
so.
for the guests.
I think after 24 hours, you have to report to the office to
Okay.
get something legal. I'm not, listen, don't quote me,
I won't.
okay? But I don't think you have 3 days to do that. I think you have 24 hours.
Yeah, because we haven't had that
But
discussion.
Jody, you know the rules, so
Yeah.
you're trying to push it because it's your son. No, Jody, you can't do that. I know. No, don't do that, Jody. Don't do that. No exemption here, but we'll try.
We had that discussion, the 3 of us, and I didn't know if you had pursued that or not. Thank you. Okay.
You're welcome.
Okay, this is a two-part, right? So was the painting included in that assessment quote that you were referring to? And then are we gonna get hit when the 40 year comes up on that one with another assessment? That's one. And then, where are we getting the money to pay for this lawsuit? Are we gonna put that into the assessment?
Which one is
The
your,
lawsuit for Lori?
which one is
Which
your
they
question?
mentioned. So I wanna know, is that gonna be coming out of our pocket?
Which one is your question?
There's 2. All of them, the painting.
So give the one,
So ask-
give
yeah,
the
one
one at a time and a half.
Okay, is the painting including in the special assessment for all the buildings?
Okay, no. We didn't talk about phase 3. Whatever estimates I gave you for excluding phase 3. Now, for the 40-year inspection, that's a roof. For the 40-year inspection, I'll be honest with you, I don't know specifically what the 40-year inspection entails. What I can tell you, the persons who did an estimate, they included painting. But I cannot tell you,
But not for phase 3.
as I said before, we'll research that. But I cannot tell you right now which building or which buildings. But what I can tell you, the estimates here for the work to complete the 40-year inspection also include painting for those buildings.
But not 3.
When you say those buildings, you mean?
For the 40 inspection.
As I said before, for the roofs I can tell you for sure, phase 3 will not be included. I know that for sure because it's on paper.
But there's other things in a 40-year
With respect to the 40-year inspection, there are things that I don't know that are included. So I don't want to tell people that, look, building back there will not be painted or building back there will be, I don't have that fact. I'll check it out and I'd give it to you. I'd find that answer and I'd give it to you. As a matter of fact, we have somebody here. Please, people, please. We have a gentleman here who will be able to shed more light with respect to the 4th year inspection. Okay? But for me, I cannot tell you that the 4th year inspection, whatever work that needs to be done or will be done, will include painting all the buildings. I can say that for sure. Okay? What I do know, the roofs, no roofs will be done over phase 3.
Regarding painting.
Okay,
it's her
question.
Are we gonna be, how are we gonna be paid for this lawsuit that we have currently? Is that gonna be another assessment, or is that gonna be included in the assessment that you guys are referring to?
Okay, so first of all, that's question 2, right?
Yes, sir.
We're not here, I'm going to entertain your question, but I want to tell people that we're not here to discuss Lori's lawsuit.
I'm not asking for the lawsuit, I'm asking if it's gonna be included in the assessment, because she already got paid for her insurance.
I'm going to answer your, nobody knows that.
Nobody
knows that.
No, hold on, no.
So listen, Lori, hold on, let me finish.
All right, because my name is being put out there.
I want to say something here. As I said before, if you want to attack me,
You're suing us.
Just attack me.
You're suing all of us.
But listen
I'm
to
not
this.
attacking anybody, I'm asking a legitimate question.
Ma'am, I'm going to answer your question, but you want to give me a chance to answer your question. Now, as I said before, we're not supposed to discuss Lori's lawsuit. It was asked of us by the attorney. However, in order to answer your question, I'm going to take you down memory lane. When I got here, Lori lawsuit has already started.
Right.
One.
Right.
I'm answering your question. This board has nothing to do with Lori's lawsuit. Don't blame us.
I'm not blaming you.
Hold on. Let me answer your question. I'm answering your question. Don't answer. Ma'am, don't listen. I'm answering your question. Don't blame us. It's not our.
I'm not blaming anybody. I'm asking a legitimate question.
But I'm answering
anybody.
Just let me answer your question. Let me answer your question.
Let him answer. It's my boy.
So, listen to me. Whatever the attorneys decide, we have to pay. You know why we have to pay? I'm going to tell you why we have to pay. I'm going to give you a simple scenario. I live above you. You know that. If there's a leak in the wall and you're downstairs and you knock on my door and you say, Mr. Martin, there's water coming down. You make another trip to the office and you say, Mr. Simmet, this mad guy, he's letting water down here. So here what's going to happen now. You're going to tell her fix it or else. So here's what I would do. I would run upstairs, whatever cost. I would fix the leak. Be it the homeowner responsibility or ours. I would fix it right away. You know why I would fix it? There will be no lawsuit. So when we fix it, both the association and the unit owner upstairs is not going to argue back and forth. Do I pay 500? Do I pay 500? And here's what's going to happen. Some smart person going to say, let's split the amount. You pay 250, I pay 250. You know why? If you call a lawyer, you're going to have to pay more money. If she calls a lawyer, she's going to have to pay more money. So guess how you resolve the problem? You fix the leak.
Right.
So right now, this has been festering because some people refuse to do their due diligence to save the association money. So this lawsuit, if it's $1 million, we have to pay. You know why we have to pay? Because people were careless.
People were careless? That neighbor didn't pay.
Careless.
It had nothing to do with the neighbor upstairs.
But you just said that if you
I'm
put it
saying
out.
to you, we would have fixed it. So we argue with the neighbor upstairs. If the neighbor admits it's partially my fault, then we share the amount. You know why? We want to avoid a lawsuit. Because it's easier to resolve the problem there than to call a lawyer. A lawyer costs money. Go ahead, ma'am.
I think what she's asking, I don't think she's arguing anything that you're saying. I think what she's just asking, she's just concerned about will we need to have another assessment to pay whatever is going to be incurred from, and listen, I don't.
We can't say that, we can't answer that, I just said.
It's still.
That was her question.
Well, all I said, if both lawyers agree that the association was at fault and Lori's bill is $2 million, yes, we have to do a special assessment. You know why we have to do a special assessment? Because it's our responsibility. So to prevent that, what we do, we resolve problems. I'm gonna give an example. I'm a fair guy. I'm gonna give an example. There's an apartment up there right now, in section 8. That guy has been having a leak for over 4 years. If you walk in that guy's apartment right now, his door is destroyed. All the sheetrock up front is destroyed, his carpet is destroyed, his couch is destroyed, he has a little table, the water, it's totally destroyed. You know why? The roof leak was never fixed for over 4 years. No, I'm just giving you an example. No, when I found that out, guess what?
Negligence.
You fixed the leak.
I fixed it. I called a roofer and I said, this is ridiculous. We're not going to end up with a lawsuit here. So I fixed the leak.
So are we going to assess the person from upstairs versus assess everybody? Because it's their fault because they put in illegal AC on?
That's what I'm saying.
You're saying?
What I'm saying, two lawyers are in the mix now. Lori's lawyer and the association lawyer. We have an association lawyer working for us. They're going to determine who is at fault. Yes. If Lori's Lori's has nothing to do with it. And it's a shame that we think she should suffer any consequence because she had nothing to do with the
thing. Anything. I'm asking
I answer your what?
So here, wait, here. Let's go.
Come in the front, come in the front.
If they're responsible upstairs, why not go after them? Why not assess them versus all of that? Because they put an illegal AC on.
That's a lie.
And the board didn't know? I work for the building department. I'm going to look up every single permit that they do.
Mom, listen to me. I can assure you.
You should ask that lady behind you.
I go this far. I can assure you, right now as we speak, that AC by itself did not cause a leak. The drain line caused a leak. You know how I know that? I went up there. I inspected it myself. Okay? I called an AC guy. I didn't tell him what was the problem. I asked him to inspect the situation. He came back to me. He said the drain line going downstairs was not connected.
Recently I was flooded out by you. I turned around and I called air on the clock because your AC the pipe is not cleaned. You know what I did? The responsible thing. I called up and I had my maintenance people come and do it. Okay? So I'm like, you see how I'm saying? I'm not blaming anybody. All I'm saying is,
that's the way
part
we should live. All I'm saying, the lady upstairs, I can tell you, the lady upstairs, her AC, whether it was illegally put in, old, new, in between, it had nothing to do with the drain line leak. I tell you, you know why I know that? I'm going to tell you why I know that. For 37 years, you know what I did for 37 years? You know what I did for 37 years? I service AC, I service refrigerators, I service anything that runs in your building, from your light bulb to down your drain. I know it. So when I went to the apartment, for 37 years of experience, I knew then that it wasn't the AC. I have the experience, I have the knowledge. Okay? I've done electromechanical technician for 37 years.
That's right.
So don't tell me that the lady is at fault. She's not at fault. By my experience and my knowledge. Somebody's floating this thing that the lady's at fault, she's not. So change.
I'm gonna ask that lady behind you.
Next person.
Your hand up.
Ask that lady behind you.
Stick to the agenda items that are at hand. If you have questions outside of the agenda, email the office or stop by the office and we'll answer it. If it's on the agenda, you want to answer it. Go ahead.
No. Hold on. Yes, sir.
You gave us quotes for an assessment. You also gave us quotes for 6 different roofing companies and 3 different tree companies and 4 different this companies. How did we come up with this number? Did we just take the highest of each? Did we take the lowest of each? How did we
Hold on. He's asking a question. Okay. We'll ask you.
come up with the assessment based on that you have multiple quotes?
Are you ready for your answer? You're still going out with the question.
I'm not, I'm done. How did we come up with the amount of assessment with the various quotes you had?
Okay. So here is what, those are professionals that we select.
Gotcha. Did you use the highest?
No. There's nothing about highest and lowest. Okay? There's nothing about highest or lowest. You don't take bids based on highest or lowest.
No,
You take-
but you came up with a number as
Not me, my friend. I came up with
based
that number.
on what? Do you have any
They have
idea?
found something, they did their due diligence, or our due diligence, and they come up with a figure. Sir, as I said before, all the information will be in the office.
I got that.
You
How
get,
did you come up with the $6,000?
I said you can get the information in the office. Next question.
From the account, it's from the account, it's a breakdown from the account.
But you don't borrow if they use the highest.
Question.
If you
Okay,
don't
I have
use
just
base,
one
then
question. You are,
It's the breakdown we got.
My question is, do you have a number to give to us? Like you were saying that we don't need to change all the roofs, right? But we know that the phase 3 has leaks. And maybe the 3-1 is not that good as everybody is thinking. Maybe 1 year or 2 years we need to replace it. My question is, you gave us a number. Can you give us a number if you will include the phase 3, 2 and all the roofs?
I think I gave you a number first.
No.
I gave you
The
two quotes.
last number, because you said 2 million and
I gave you-
4,000, wait, just for the 40 years, blah, 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 and roofs phase 1 and 2. My question for 1 and 2, my question for you is, can you give us a number including the phase 3 just for us to know?
Sure.
Maybe because it's just at 2,400 and maybe could be just 2,700. Why
Okay.
not just do now?
Okay.
If we're gonna split for everyone,
We-
and everyone will
We
have.
don't determine here, we didn't select roofs. What roofs get done, what roofs do not get done. The code for everything, I gave one figure. One, for example, I think Vita gave us a quote of close to $1.5 million for all the roofs. Then Vita came back, sent us and readjusted, estimated for $900,000. Kenny gave us a quote with
No,
all.
I understand that. My question is differently.
What's
My
the diff-
question is the final amount, because you were saying the final amount to do, to change the roofs, phase 1 and 2, and 40 years, and AC, and violations, and pavings, and trees, will be $2,400,000. I'm asking you, if it's possible, you give to us the total number for just change all the roofs.
That's irrelevant because we're
It's
not
not
gonna.
irrelevant.
You can work that out yourself, and this is how you can work that. Kenny gave us a quote if we do all the roofs for
phase 1, 2, and 3.
phase 1, 2, and 3 for approximately $1.7 million. Vita gave us a quote to do all the roofs for approximately $1.5 million. Go subtract that amount from what we have now, add it to the total, and you can arrive at the number.
We can just ask, at like a $300,000?
I don't know. You do the figures.
That would be good.
No, I'm asking you to do.
No. I don't have to do it because I don't need to do it.
We did not add that to the assessment
I did
because
the
people
accountant.
don't
I
want to
said
pay
the
that.
accountant. So next question. Who got it?
I have a question. You mentioned the painting of the buildings, potentially only for phase 1 and 2.
Excuse me, are you recording? Can you do a record?
Okay, I will.
Thank you.
Alright, cool.
Sorry.
You mentioned the painting of the roofs. What about the rocks that are still on, like half up, half down on all these buildings? Is the special assessment taking the rest of the rocks down?
You talking about the 4th year?
No, I'm just talking in general, because like.
No, it can't be in general because the roof's different. So you're talking about the 4th year work inspection work, right?
Well, you said that the part of the quotes include painting.
Yeah.
the building. But you can't paint the buildings if half of the buildings have some rocks on the buildings and some not. For example, our building only has rocks on one, like half of them have been taken down.
Oh, I got you. No. With respect to whatever, the 4th year inspection includes the walls, those rocks that remain on the walls, of course, they're gonna address that. I don't know how they will address it. I don't know if they're gonna remove all the rocks or they're gonna add rocks to put it back together. But yes, that will be taken care of.
And the painting is gonna be gray, like.
Well, I don't want to get the color.
We have to vote for that.
If you change colors anywhere, anytime, you have to, the community has to get it.
But that was already voted.
No, she's,
I know, but
hold on.
she's
Give her a
still
chance. She has
Hey,
3 questions.
But she was talking about paintings.
No. You gotta give everybody a chance. It doesn't matter who. Question 2.
The second question was about the paving. You mentioned that 4-year inspection, but you didn't give any bids for that.
The reason we didn't give bids for the paving. The paving is not a no thing. We give an estimate for how much it would cost for the paving. And that estimate, we determined that based on some estimates that were in the office. We used some estimates that were in the office and we came up with a number. We can call in pavers 1, 2, and 3 and ask them to bid with respect to the figures we have. 3.
Well, now it's gonna cost us more.
Give her, she has one more question. I'll get back to you, one more.
Technically, I have 2 more, but the roofs last time, you said that you were gonna take all these roofing bids and give them to an engineer.
Right.
Is that included in the price that you mentioned? And is there a professional opinion on what the roofing bid is that done?
Whose price? Do you mean the engineer price?
Yeah, you
Yes, all right. Part of the engineer's work is to examine whatever the roofer has put forward, whatever the 40-year inspection guy, contractor GC, puts forward. We get the engineer involved to get his opinion as a professional, and then based on his opinion, that is why I didn't tell you tonight that I select anybody. Because at the end of the day, we have to get him involved. Because he's the engineer. He's the guy who's going to put his name on the paper saying it's done properly, and he sends it to the city of Margate, and they say, okay, it's done. So yes, before we arrive at this guy as the selected contractor, or the contractor of choice, yes, the engineer is going to get it.
And then my last question is, you mentioned the removal of trees, and that we're going to plant 4 to 6 trees. How are these trees going to grow if there's no irrigation?
I can't hear you.
How are
Trees?
the trees going to grow if you have to plant 4 to 6 trees for every tree you remove if there's no irrigation?
We're not there yet.
Well, but if that's going to be a cost, that needs to be added.
We're not there yet. We're not there yet. Emergency situation first. We're not there yet. Probably by the time we get there, there's another board. So we're not there yet. Okay? So don't worry too much.
So you're saying that's a problem to deal with?
Well,
If you plant 4 to 6 trees,
hold on.
you don't have any
Everybody assumes somebody's problem here as far as I'm concerned. When your husband took over, you could ask him. He assumed some problems. Ask him. He assumed some problems.
You just mentioned, I've lived here for almost 2 years, I've never seen the sprinkler system ever turn on here, so I don't think that's a secret.
No, I'm not talking about the sprinklers. I just said, probably when that particular point comes around, it's a different board. And you're saying, then someone is going to inherit that. I just said, each board that takes over, I don't know how often they change things here.
You said that they're gonna have to plant 4 to 6 trees for every tree.
Not me.
The city of Margate. I understand that. My question is, how is the trees gonna grow if we do not have an irrigation system we have to plant the trees for?
The same way it grew before, it's gonna grow again.
There was none here. These trees are
Put some
growing.
holy water
These
in.
are mature trees. If you have to plant
Some holy
a
water.
Just one tree being removed, right?
No. Yeah,
One tree being removed, the rest are being trimmed.
immediately, we have to remove a tree.
So it's only one tree we have to worry about.
until they start doing the paving, when they have to remove more trees because there's roots growing into the parking lot.
Okay. I understand what
I'm
you're
just saying
saying.
you're not including any of this into the factors, into the money that we have to
I
pay.
understand what you're saying, but as I said before, that's a down the road thing.
A down the road thing, we can only take out.
Okay. All right. I'm not arguing with you. I just answered your question.
You didn't actually answer the question. but-
Well, I did not answer your question. I'm sorry if you haven't.
You didn't, because I asked you about the tree planting, but.
Next person. Yes, ma'am.
About the paving, are we definitely gonna have it done?
No.
I'm saying
It's
you
not
better
in the budget?
No.
Well, that's ridiculous.
It's gonna be wasting your money.
Because if we're spending all this money, and what's a few thousand more,
Maybe pay the assessment or whatever, get out,
when
or
are
not
we
pay it
gonna
and
get
get
it
out, you know?
done? We have
I
hope.
want to ask him a question about this, so. Yeah, like,
Let me answer your question in a way.
In a week,
In a way. How long have you been living here?
I've lived here almost 15 years.
All right. For 15 years, if board members haven't been on this board for 15 years, we're doing full reserves or partial reserves, today, we'd have had enough money in the reserve account to accomplish everything. The fact that they did not do that, and right now she read, reserve account is owed a lot of money, and we have to replenish that.
Yeah.
So to answer your question, we don't know. Ma'am? Please.
Mr. Martin,
Yes, ma'am.
if the reserves had started back when they built the
Yes, ma'am.
it has nothing to do with previous boards, right? Then we wouldn't be in.
You're right, ma'am.
It goes back.
Yes.
Okay, second question. Who is going to pay what's free on and our air conditioners when they take them down?
Good question. The first estimate we got, that was not included. The second estimate we got, that was included, but there was something else that was never included. I sent it back to the guy. I said, you have to include these. So yes, ma'am, that's correct. Yes, if they take on the AC unit.
It costs stuff.
Yeah, before it gets, it's not going to cost the unit owner any money. And if that guy puts it back up and it's loading hot air in the apartment, he's gonna have to come back, go up there and fix it for free.
Okay.
Excuse me.
Who else?
So I have two questions.
Oh, she finally asked some question.
The engineer reports for the 40-year recertification have been completed for phase 2 and 3. Is this what you're saying?
Repeat that?
I'm sorry.
Hold on. Let she
You should stand in the front.
40-year recertification report has been completed for all 22 buildings in phase 2 and 3.
You asking me?
What?
Is that a question? Or is that
Every completed. You should have known that. It started under you. Have those?
Let me ask you the second question, and then that'll answer what you just asked me. Have you received, or John, have you received the 40-year recertification for phase 2 and 3 from the city of Margate? Have you received the notice? No. So it's safe to say that the engineer reports have not been completed for phase 2 and 3, and that we have to consider, just be mindful, please, that work has to be done once the city lets us know phase 2 and 3 has to be done for their 40-year recertification. So I'm just giving you a heads up.
It should be all done by the end of the month.
Next question.
I understood in all the assessments you said about 10,000 for phase 2 and 3. I understood the paving was included.
No.
So paving is included, the whole paving, all the parking lots are included in the assessment. Is that right?
Okay. There's no specific area, as far as I'm concerned, that I can give you. I deal with facts. Whatever is the requirement for the paving here, whatever was the requirement for paving here when they did an estimate for paving, that's the paving that will be. I cannot tell you it's going to be the road, right there, up there. I cannot tell you it's going to be the parking lot and all the parking lots. That I cannot tell you. What I do, no.
Here, he had said that it would be better to get a full loan for everything instead of going back and having to do the roof again in another 2 to 3, whatever years.
Probably said that.
Yes, he did.
Yes, he did.
And he did say it was going to be harder to get the loan the second time.
Somebody asked, all right, I'm going to answer you. Somebody asked about says we don't have to do phase 3. We save some money. Your concern is some leaks are there. Guess what? One of those contractors promised us in the event they get the contract, they do it for free. How about that?
Okay. They fix it.
They fix it. So all these things we consider before we make a decision. Our effort here from Phil right down to her is to save money, to do the best we can with the little we have. Because as she said, there's not much here to borrow. We're trying to save. Okay, thank you. Next question. Yes, sir.
Yes, how long does it take after the parking situation to get the people notified with the office? so they don't get, their cars don't get towed away. I have a brother living with me. And
You mean resident?
Yeah. He lives here, lives with me.
As I said before, we're not gonna tow anybody's car if you live here.
All right.
Yeah, don't
If
tow
you have a
mine.
brother, a friend, a stranger, a visitor, that person comes here, we're not gonna tow them. I
Okay.
promise you that. We're not in the business of destroying people's lives.
All right.
The only people we want to tow, a person comes here, he does not belong here, we get him out of here. Somebody about here, I say again, somebody about here has a bike. Probably that person is unaware that we're not supposed to have a bike here. Please, if somebody knows that individual, kindly tell that individual, you can't have it here, you have to get rid of it, and if he or she doesn't, then we have to do something about it.
But how you differentiate,
I understand, differentiate.
Yeah, between the one that's living here and the one that's not supposed to be here.
Ultimately, we're going to find.
All right.
How you gonna know that the car that is in the parking, the digital parking, gas parking, it's a gas and not somebody else's car over here that's leaving the car over here?
Because the process now is that we're gonna ask and we're gonna get everybody's registration or their plate numbers, have it in the office. Some people call it data bank, but I'm not so technically shrewd. We get them written down, we collect them, we have them in the office. So we know who lives where, who takes up that parking space, who should be in that space. And the day we find somebody else in that, it better be a visitor from that unit in that parking space. Okay? We're not gonna tow the car if it's a visitor's friend or family. We'll just say, hey, you're doing the wrong thing. Tell the person to correct that. The only people we are going to tow, when you look at that plate, it doesn't belong here, it's from outside, it's a stranger, nobody connection, we get rid of it.
What if
Yes, that's another thing.
Okay, I have more than one question, but regarding the parking, most buildings come up with a policy, like, I have a guest gonna be here for 1 week. I come to the office or send an email and notify the guest. So I get a parking tag, or, you know, yeah, to attach to the mirror. Most buildings do that. So let's come up with a policy.
That's what we said.
Right.
We're going to develop, it's in the initial stage.
In the process.
In the process. We have decided on nothing yet. All we ask, people here, we're adults, we can manage ourselves. It's our place, our property. If we get volunteers, we can get this done. I repeat, we're not about towing anybody's car. You have a unit here, a friend comes to visit, your relative or a stranger. We're not about to tow their vehicle. We're about people who invade here and we get rid of them. Okay?
Now, regarding the painting and the 40-year, it would be nice if maybe Mr. Buckley can answer. Okay, first of all, there's an engineering company. Who is the engineering company again?
Great, I shall see.
Great.
I'll explain that.
That company is going to compare the quotes to make sure they're apples to apples and not one quote is a cheap material and the other one is a very good.
Correct.
And he's gonna be responsible
He's
for
gonna,
that.
once, the thing about an engineer who comes in and assumes the responsibility for a roof or anything, when he signs this and he puts his name on it, he's saying to the city of Margate or any city here,
I was not at that meeting. I was overseas. I was called and asked,
Who are you talking to?
Mr. Joseph.
Now you listen.
I was called and I was asked, they said, I had a conversation with Mr. Gray, could you kindly speak to him? Because they know I know about the violations. They know I know a little bit about construction and contract. And I offered myself to that. And I spoke to him. That is where I got the insurances that he could help us. He could certify and qualify the work. So I was not at that meeting, and you need to admit that here. Because you made so many assertions and allegations here, trying to make things look bad. Because I offered to help.
Wait, I thought Martin said we're not attacking each other here.
He's
not. He's not. Let's attack. Let's attack. Not yet.
Oh, please. Listen, I'll give everybody a chance. All I'm doing, asking you a chance to respond. I see an allegation that he has been made, he made it in writing.
I'm asking him to clear that up. Because he's been going around and telling everybody. He even said it at a meeting here on Saturday. And I had to stop him and correct him. I was not at that meeting.
I have a question.
Hold on, I was called and I was asked.
Hold on. Let him answer. Let him answer.
Hold on. Let him get a chance to
Just address it.
get his, what do you call it, answer to the question. Go ahead.
Alright, so my response will be easy. I was not at the meeting. It did not offend me that you were at the meeting, Mr. Buckley.
Yes, you did.
I did not make those minutes. I just got those minutes. So
I made that meeting.
Hold on.
Okay, you can explain
When he's
it.
finished,
So your
I can attest what I said.
your anger directed at me, it shouldn't be. I'm sorry if you were not at the meeting. I have no problem saying I'm sorry you were not at the meeting. Additionally, thank you for admitting that the board was there, because my issue was that 4 board members, which is an illegal amount of quorum, having a quorum at an illegal meeting.
That's all I said.
I appreciate it.
That's all I said. Some members of the board have put it together. That's all I said.
I don't think I cut you off on this.
Please don't misquote me. I just wanted you to state it clearly and correctly. That's all I'm saying.
Like I said, my issue is not with you being there. My issue is with a quorum of the board being there. I did not make those minutes. I'm sorry that you are offended. If you were overseas, you have a right to be upset if you were not there. So I hope that's a public enough apology for you.
Hold on, she has a question. I'll come to you.
Yeah, this question is directed to Buckley. Yes, I came in late because I leave work at 7. So I came in late, but I didn't hear all that was going on. But the part that catch me was the part where Martin says, I referred to Buckley. And I would like to know what is your job and your qualification in this. Because I am not putting my money in your hand to handle. I don't know who you are. Listen, you have a board member and he's not on the board. He's not on the board. So how come he coming inside of it?
All right, don't attack.
Which door did he walk in to get in here?
Don't attack anybody here. Listen, please.
Listen, I wasn't here when you started and I heard that question and I'm asking.
Listen, I'll answer your question. I'm going to answer Daniel and I'm going to respond to Michael. But listen, people, it's not working.
It's not people. I want to know what's his qualification. Why is he here? He's not on the board.
Give me a chance. Please.
You don't have to be on the board.
Calm down. Let me explain something.
Yeah.
The notion that a unit owner cannot participate in this process is wrong. You can, Michael can.
But he's not on the board.
No, hold on. Let me finish.
Doesn't matter.
He can, she can, anybody. Okay? If you have a particular idea and you can help the process, you come to the board and we let you help. Mr. Buckley has done more, and listen to me carefully, he has done more for us to move the process along with respect to the 40-year inspection more than anybody else, me, Artemisa, she, Phil, anybody. And I'm going to tell you why.
So why is he not on the board?
Hold on. Don't be angry with the guy. I'm just telling you. I'm just telling you. He doesn't want to be anymore. No.
And I found him.
Let me finish. Mr. Buckley has more experience with respect to construction, engineering work than I do. Okay? He had been conversing with the main guy in Margate, the chief inspector. He has conversation with the inspector that I cannot have. I don't know the guy. Okay? He's been sending emails back and forth to get this thing going. We could not have started any work before we have gotten a roadmap from this guy called Valentino over there. Because you go to drive a nail, he's going to come here and say, pull it down.
Bring in Valentino.
He was here, but what Mr. Buckley did for us, he communicated with Mr. Valentino. Mr. Buckley, Monica, myself, and Artemisa went straight there. We had a meeting with the big, what you call the big boss or whatever you. He was part of the process. So the reason that he's in on this is because he wants to help. We're doing nothing illegal in getting you, Mr. Buckley, or anybody to help. Okay? You want to help? you can have it, okay? Monica was there, that's it. She was a part of the process, man, that's it. I'm gonna tell you the truth. I'll be honest with you, and you know me by now. If this Mr. Buckley was not here, this 4th-year inspection, we'd be wondering in a circle where to start. Because they're so mad at us. Right now, the city inspector is so mad, he didn't want to hear it. But we got there. Because he said the work started, it stopped. The work started, it stopped. He said we were at the back of the line.
Yeah, but it's the resident fault because everybody want to push back every shit in the back.
Well, that's some truth there's some truth in that. But don't
before you and I got here.
Huh?
Before you and I got here. They should stop before we got here.
Yeah, so don't get angry. No, let me, sorry, you respond already. Let me go to Daniel. Daniel, your time. Let me hear your question.
No, it's not like a question, because when he stand up, he just pointed that someone that was in the meeting just to go against. I'm not against nobody. What made I resign, because I was in the board, was because I was in conflict with you guys, because you guys were doing.
You're not supposed to record anybody without your consent. I'll call the police and ask him.
Okay,
if you record me, no. If you delete it, give you my consent. I didn't give you my consent. I just told you that. I didn't give you my delete it. I didn't give you my consent. You want me to call the police and you make them look at it?
You could.
Because if you did record me without my consent, if you record me without my consent, it is illegal.
Well, I'm actually, as a homeowner, allowed to record the actual meeting itself.
Public event too.
This is a public area too. This is not.
You're not supposed to record me without my consent.
This is not a private
You're
meeting.
not supposed to record me without my consent.
But in private.
You're not supposed to record me without my consent.
In public?
You hear what I just said?
In public. You know the law?
This is a private meeting. It's not on the street. You're not supposed to record me without my consent. Come over and says, hey, Yvette, I'm going to record.
All right.
Don't record me without my. Don't.
Right there. Wanda's right there. Got the whole tripod. Got the whole thing recorded. Did she ask you? That's for the office. That's for the office. Did she ask you to be on that camera?
Did you turn it around when I was talking?
Are the two people who got asked to stop doing things behind the committee. Because you've been calling contractors behind our backs.
No, I
to
never.
negotiate contracts behind our backs.
No, I never.
We warn you, we told you.
I can prove. I will make that thing. I will make everything. I
gave you a chance and I listened to you. Let me talk now. Is it
just say the truth?
That we warned you 5 times in a meeting not to continue to go behind our backs, call contractors, make deal by yourself, set up meetings.
It's not true.
Daniel,
it's a lie. I have everything here. I have
Okay. He's calling on Phil.
Okay, Phil. The meeting at the Donkey Donut, who set up that meeting, the first meeting?
I asked you, but I have here this, for sure, I have this one here. I'm saying that I set up the meeting.
Oh, you set up the meeting?
Yeah, because you asked me to set up the meeting.
I didn't even know the contract.
Okay, now you are
Regarding the agenda, please.
The next thing, next question.
I have no idea what's going on.
Next question.
You people know this.
You ain't seen nothing yet.
My question is, we have given the special assessment, the roofing, the 40-year inspection, and all those assessments. As to what estimate can we, what time frame can we see to start making payments?
Good question. So,
and when will the work start?
Good. So the answer to that now, because the special assessment is critical, it's critical to start in the especially 4th-year inspection. Tomorrow, before we leave here tonight, we're going to take a vote to have Clyde Gray and Associate as a contractor and record, or the engineer and record, to guide us through this process. Because we have to make a down payment. And here's the thing, because we did some things wrong, he has to go now and modify the drawings to satisfy the city of Margate. Those drawings have to be done first before we can do any work. So he has to start that process as early as possible. So we're going to take a vote tonight to officially say Gray and Associates is going to be our engineer, and I'll tell you why. He's a carryover from the old board. We did not fire him. We interview all others, and we realized that we only need one engineer, the best of all that we had. And when we interviewed Gray, listen, I didn't know the guy, never met him until the first meeting at Kalmar, and it was a very productive meeting. And by then, we came back in and we discussed it, and we agreed that the guy's been here already. He had 2 proposals, one for 2022 and one for early December. I think Wanda signed one with him and Michael signed one with him, okay? So we said, okay, we look at this guy, he's good for the job. We don't need another one. So we said, okay, we carry him over. And that's why he sent a proposal now for $30,000. The reason he did that, he said, based on other proposals that he has said, he got some money. So he subtracted that for work that he had done already. And that's why he just charged us $30,000. Now, in addition to his work, there's going to be an administrative cost. He's going to have to administrate the process, which means going back and forth, sending back and forth communications to the city of Margate in order to pull permits, second situation, do some paperwork, send it there, get approvals, and sign off things. So the $30,000 is just for his work in the process. In addition to that, there will be an engineering cost, which we plug in as run over, or what you call extra money in the budget. So yes, it's something that demands urgency.
My question is actually,
we have the right to lock that door with 7 of us inside here and invite a specialist and have a meeting with a lawyer, with a resident, private meetings, we can have that. A meeting with a lawyer, we can have that. A meeting for special circumstance, we can have that. We're allowed to have that. There's no such thing as we having a meeting.
As you have an agenda. You have the agenda and the lawyer.
So, for some people to say we had illegal meetings, there was nothing illegal about it. What we didn't do right, we did not post the notices until, okay? And we've been over that all around. But to say it was illegal, no, that's incorrect.
One more question. The visitors parking, are those going to be at the $25?
Don't be mad, trust me. Don't be mad. Look, I'm the good guy here. Trust me. You should be mad at the bad people.
You guys, if you think I should make money off it,
I think so.
With the new one? Yeah, better than the old boy, right? The old boy.
That is why I said to you guys.
Yeah, I feel like this is probably the most like calm, normalized meeting we've ever had, compared to all the other chaos, right? And this is the best meeting. This is the best meeting. I think this is the best meeting from them I've ever seen.
Please, give her a chance.
that we can have a visitor for up to the 30 days in a year. So my concern, and we've had this happen in the past, is that let's say my brother, I want my brother to come and stay with me, he doesn't have a place to stay, so he's gonna stay with me, he's gonna be my visitor.
Apartments that are illegally occupying the apartments.
What?
No.
Oh, really?
Right.
Let me find out.
We have to do our due diligence to protect our
Really?
because
Hold on a second. I'm coming back in this conversation.
Yeah, no, we're not gonna allow people to yeah, we wouldn't do that. Yes, sir. I think yes, ma'am.
Just real quick, not to be confused, we're still gonna be issuing decals for owners
Of
and residents,
course.
correct?
I'm almost sure, but hear what I just said.
Yes.
We didn't make any decision. No, hold it. We didn't make any decision regarding what the process will be. You have a suggestion about the decals? Come to the office, we'll write it up. He has a suggestion? Come to the office. Whatever is the best option for us here, that's what if it's decals and it works pretty good, we use it. If it doesn't work, we don't.
Well, I think you have to have some kind of identification. Even we won't know.
No. We're going to get something that is good we can satisfy everybody. Majority of the homeowners. Yes, sir.
My question is back to the roof. You had made a comment that one of the roofing contractors said that he would fix all leaks in phase 3 roofs for free if he got the contract?
Yes.
Did he put that into the contract?
No.
If you use him, can you please put him into the contract? Put that into the contract?
That's a
Here's what I do as a professional, right? If I tell you that I'm gonna meet you at the bus stop tomorrow morning at 5, writing it down doesn't make a difference. I'm gonna be there. If I don't show up, I'll call you before, right? So if I don't call you and I didn't show up, I don't think you're such a reliable person. So this contractor who says, we'll fix it, he may not be the person we choose. But right off the bat, he's a generous guy. Because he fixed that leak and he didn't charge us a dime. Is that gonna get him through the gate? No. As we concerned here, no. Clyde Gray has to do his due diligence and our part to say which out of these people will get the contract.
I understand. So my question was, if that's the qualified guy,
I'm not gonna hold him to anything.
so then why mention it?
Because if he's genuine enough to get the contract, he will do it.
No.
Okay. My second question, I've had my hand up for a little while. I didn't realize that parking was going to be such a, I didn't know it was such a hot topic, but it's a little bit of a criticism to the board, I'm sorry.
No, we can take it.
Why wasn't this kind of thought out before we fired the company that we already had?
To start out, we just didn't have any specifics.
Yeah, and they were
we knew
asked
from
to-
day one that we could do it without recon. To
Yeah.
cut the expense, $500-600, we could save that. And we know among ourselves that we could monitor the parking lot. The only thing is that we don't want to do something by ourselves and it doesn't work. That is why we're asking people to come to the office, say this can work, this may work, this will work. We explore all the options. Listen, man.
That could have been done while we at least had a management. Since this passed, or since the recon been fired, I have a commercial vehicle parking over by me every night of the week.
Yeah, but Michael, you know it's illegal, so you should.
So what? So you should report that.
I can't report it to anybody because there's nobody to tow or do anything about it.
Call a tow truck.
The towing company.
Call any tow truck.
Those are people.
Do you have a towing company?
Now that you know, I don't think. Here's what I think.
Yeah, I'll call the cops.
If it's illegal, right? The rule book says it's
I
illegal.
spoke to the guy yesterday, so he's a tenant. So we were walking, and the guy drove by us really fast. And we stopped, and Michael said, this guy has been doing this a lot of nights, right?
Yeah. Every night.
And I approached him, and I introduced myself, and Eileen, and we kind of,
What did he say?
softly, and I said, are you a homeowner? He says, no, I'm a tenant.
What did he say?
What did he say?
About the truck?
That he works for that company, and I said, okay, well, first of all, I want to tell you, you're driving too fast. We could have, this is not the right way.
That's a fact.
And he says, oh, I'm sorry, I'm in a rush, but Michael says he's been doing that all the time.
With the Infinity?
And then we realized this
You
is a
gonna
commercial
tell?
vehicle. So I thought about actually coming here and telling them,
Okay.
but I don't know the unit number of the guy.
All right. So
But he's in this
please,
building, I know.
if you get that number,
That's not my job. I'm sorry.
Okay, all right. Let's not. All right, okay. That's okay. Let's not take it. I understand. You don't have to do it.
My question though is,
You say you want to help, so go ahead and help with
if
this.
I want to report him, but we don't have a towing company,
I was going to explain that.
that's what I'm asking.
All right. Here's it. In the rule books, whatever is illegal is illegal. I just said.
Yes.
Homeowners, we don't want to tow no homeowners. But if there's a bike, it's illegal, we get it out of here. If there's a commercial vehicle, it's illegal, we get it out of here. So if I know that guy, and I see him, I'm going to give him one chance not to do it again. And if I know the truck, I see the truck, all I'm going to do is call any tow truck. Because the way some tow truck works, they don't charge you, they don't charge you who call them.
They charge the people.
Definitely. So that's fine.
Basically.
I want to find a guy, I give him one opportunity. I'm gonna say, because he probably doesn't know. And I say, listen, you park this bike over there, or if you live on the first floor, put it in your unit. We don't care. But it cannot be parked outside. If he doesn't do that,
I'm almost 100% positive you can't just call any tow company. You have to have their sign posted on your property so the people who get towed know where to go. There's no way to leave a note if there's no car.
Listen.
I'm just professional.
We are responsible. We are responsible enough. I'm not here to distrust anybody's life. If I'm gonna tow somebody's vehicle, at least they will know where the vehicle is.
Give them a warning letter. First step is a warning.
Yeah, if they don't listen after the warning, tow that motherfucker.
You have to post a towing sign because when a person sees their vehicle gone, they're gonna call the police saying it was stolen. The police will be notified by the towing company the vehicle was towed, and the police will say the vehicle was not stolen, contact the towing company.
Yes, that's right.
It's important to have that towing company. Also, you have to let the homeowners know you're towing, and the rules for the parking have been updated, and they're very extensive, and we're not following them.
Okay, so here's what happens. Today, right now, we have no parking thing. When you mention the cops, that's the first person I'm gonna call when this guy's illegal. That's the very first person I'm gonna call. I'm gonna call the city of Margate. I'm gonna say address this guy, let him know he's breaking the rules, we're gonna tow his vehicle. Once I get the go from the city, I wanna cover all the legal risks.
Okay, so.
He's not illegal if he's an approved tenant.
How it works is, you have, okay, first of all, you're not following our rules. So if you're gonna amend the rules, you have to decide what you're gonna change, make sure it's okay with the attorney, and you gotta give us 14 days notice if you're changing the rules.
Listen.
So we're not doing decals, so let me finish.
We didn't say we're not doing decals. We didn't say we're doing anything. We're not there yet.
Mr. Martin, can I finish?
Yes.
Okay. Well, you're not issuing decals to the new home, right? So you're not following the rules. The towing company identifies with the City of Margate Police Department and say, we are the tow company for this property. So if the homeowner wakes up and sees the car missing, they're gonna call the police. They're not gonna.
No car has been missing.
My car got stolen out of here.
Listen, hold on. I understand what you're getting to, but listen what I'm saying. I just explained here. We have no system set up. Nobody has been told. Before we get to that point, we will have already, before we get to that point, we would have already read the rules book, do the amendments, have suggestions from the owners. When we institute it, it will be according to rules.
Mr. Martin, I understand.
We're not doing anything no illegal.
No, you are. Mr. Martin, you're not following the rules that they currently stand. We currently have rules in place. So you're not following them as we stand, as we're here today. And when I'm telling you the towing company, it's not your responsibility to call the City of Margate.
We don't have any towing company.
You do have a towing company.
No, we
It's in our
don't.
rules.
We don't have one.
But you're violating the rules is what I'm telling you, because in the rules, we do specify a towing company and the procedures for how to get the visitors pass, use the recon parking management, it's currently in our rules.
Listen, as you speak, they're trying right now to redo whatever is happening in the rule books. Until we get that done, until we do that, okay, and it's shortly, then we're gonna come up with all these things. All I said before, and I will say it again, we have nothing in place.
You have rules in place currently. You have to follow them until you amend them. Now, I have another part to this, just to throw it out there. If you take volunteers to do parking lot management and have people go out there and call, tell you the cars, if there's an altercation.
Repeat that? No, I said repeat it.
If you allow homeowners to volunteer to manage the parking lots, and say the person finds out the homeowner called it in, or they requested a tow, whatever the case may be, and something happens to that homeowner because you're now putting that responsibility on the homeowners, we're gonna own that liability. And that insurance we have for workers' comp, for the volunteers, is gonna skyrocket, because if a homeowner gets punched, beat up, harassed, whatever, they can file a claim against the insurance, and we have to pay.
Everybody knows that.
Then why would you ask
I just said to you, before we confirm and anything, we'll go through the rules, and we'll make sure we're in the right before we do such things.
Just, please don't allow the homeowners to do this voluntarily, because we're.
I just told you, and I tell you again, before we allow anybody to do anything, we're going to follow the rules. And it also means there's an attorney working for us in Miami. We're gonna run as we've been doing, we run everything through him. And whatever he says, we don't have always. If he says it's okay, it's okay. That is why we say, people, come to the office, make your suggestions, and we take them up. At the end of the day, whatever we do, we want it to be legal, and that's how we're gonna do business. We're not gonna do anything on our own. Mom?
Just ask for volunteers though.
We ask.
Just be careful, because homeowners get mad when they get their cars towed. They start looking for the person who complained, and then it becomes ugly. So just
Thank you for the information, Rhonda.
And then don't let the homeowners.
Thank you for your help.
Thank you.
Okay.
Just say thank you.
But you've been speaking every minute. All right, let me hear you.
Smile when you say that.
I do.
Not to belinger the point. Not to belinger the point. But
Sound like a gremlin.
Dorothy can.
I can hear you, go ahead.
Not to belinger the point. Dorothy knows because she was the president, and my husband and I were the towing committee.
Oh, snap.
For many, many, many years. Now, the problem is, and to be quite honest with you, you have to do it in the dark. Okay?
No.
You either get out there at midnight, or you get out there at 5,
I'm getting the image.
Because, or at 5 in the morning. And the problem is, after so long, these people come out there, you call the towing company, and all of a sudden, this guy walks out with a $50 bill, he hands it to the tow truck driver,
Yep.
and the tow truck
Gone.
driver just goes, bye, thanks buddy. And in the meantime, we got somebody coming down the road with a gun, shooting at us. So beware when you ask your homeowners to do this kind of thing.
It's not. It's not. We're not in Chicago. We're not in Chicago. We are not in Chirac.
We are like 9 o'clock, we've been on parking, one of them said, all of that was just being said, and we go on because the parking is taking too freaking long.
One more.
Well, we're gonna be here all night.
Hold on. Okay, let me hear this question.
I would like to know if the board will vote for, if the board will vote for reapply to have the grant of the $175,000 that the Senate approved for the roof.
Oh, really?
We're gonna explore that.
Okay.
It's money to help, and we have to explore. No, I got that thing. Yeah, we're gonna explore. Of course, we're gonna explore. Because there are conditions that people have to meet, we have to meet. So we need.
Okay. Another point.
Hey, stop fighting.
Oh, listen, what are you doing over there?
Hey,
You're supposed to be sitting here.
They were making dinner next.
it's very important what we are talking about.
Come on, Jody.
They're going to Chili's after this. It's all good.
She's ready to scrap. That's what she is. She's ready to go. Oh my God.
Okay.
Do you have any report that how many percentage of the phase 3 is damaged that is causing leaking? Do you have this report?
How many units?
No. How the percentage of the roof that is with problem? Because we have another law that they were telling that if we have a 25% compromised on leaking or whatever in the roofs should be replaced all. I'm asking because
No, it's a fair question. It's a fair question. No, to be honest with you, I keep hearing that we have a lot of leaks in phase 3.
Yeah.
I only
Did you get any report?
know of 2.
We don't get any report.
Two persons came to me when Robert was in the office saying there was a leak. However, one of the leaks was not phase 3. One of the leaks was, I think, the F building. And we got a quote from a company for, I think, $900 and something to fix the leak. This guy we're talking about, the roofer, we called him and we asked him to send one of his guys up there to check it out because we wanted to fix it. The guy went up there and it wasn't a roof leak. It was the person's AC running over in the apartment. There was no leak.
Okay,
But phase 3, to be honest with you, nobody complained, nobody came to the office, nobody sent any email saying, you know, when it rains, you know, water comes in. Nobody.
So we just spent about $7,000 this year already with roofs. So all the fixing roofs that we just spent already this year, no of them was for phase 3.
I couldn't say because we got here in April. So before that, hold on. You put on
before April. I can add to your before April.
Yeah. So after April, no, I have
No,
that.
after April did not happen.
No, so we don't know.
Yes.
So let me hear you out now.
So when I was president for 4 months, I fixed 2 roof leaks, both located in phase 3, and then I just confirmed with my predecessor, Wanda, that she had 5 roof leaks.
But they were fixed.
Phase 3.
Phase 3.
So yeah, and so this is why when I was up there, I wanted to do all the phases because what was happening was we were already experiencing 5 within a year. I had 2 in 4 months. So then our maintenance is going to go up, even though it still has life. Every time there's a leak, it causes internal damage. There's moisture. This is already Florida. We're already humid enough. So that was where the phase 3. It wasn't just because we felt like it was a good idea to spend money. It was because we were already experiencing, and leaks typically don't slow down the older the roof gets.
All right, I understand.
So that was where all 3 phases came.
So
the first 5 leaks
asking
fixed?
to
Yes.
all the roofs in the
Hold on.
new code.
Let me get back to Michael. So there were leaks to justify that $7,000 at phase 3.
Yes.
Okay.
That was all
So
to fix that.
what I'm getting into now, it wasn't us who determined not to do phase 3 because we sent out estimates including phase 3.
Yeah.
We wanted to do phase 3. The insurance company representative said the fact that phase 3 was done
10 years ago.
10 years ago,
Yes.
we don't have to fix it.
I agree with that. I understand.
So here's the thing. If we can fix a roof properly, we can fix it. If there's a good roofer up there, he can fix it. Okay? If the roof is not leaking every day, every time, we don't have a big problem. I'm not saying what you said is incorrect. This is Florida.
Yeah.
The temperature, especially nowadays, it's been going up higher and higher and higher. I understand what you're saying. What I'm trying to get to you, we did not determine that, she wanted to fix everything. I wanted to fix everything.
So, but the issue with the statement that you made is you're going based off the insurance guy.
Not only that.
You just said
No.
the insurance guy determined because it was 10 years ago. The insurance guy is not a roofer. Did you have the engineer, Mr. Gray, inspect phase 3 to see what the humidity and moisture levels were in the roof to determine if they were actually
back to you again? What instrument the roofer used to arrive at? What I can tell you, that's the new roof. We're building 20, relatively new roof. We consider it new. However, a roofer went there and found moisture. The insurance company, for some reason, they realized that something was wrong. They said, listen, we cannot excuse this one.
I'm not upset or I'm not trying to criticize
Didn't
you
say
guys.
that. No, didn't
What
say
I'm
that.
trying to say is if the roofer did a test, you, the board, is entitled to the results. So you can make an informed decision instead of hoping that he shows up at the bus stop. That is all I'm saying.
We're making informed decision based on the engineering.
So ask the engineer what it would cost to do humidity tests, because that will show them.
We don't need
The
that.
shape, that's what tells you if the roof is healthy.
We don't need that.
Yes, to
Okay,
cover
okay.
yourself. You do.
What, you finish your questions?
No,
She has some.
I was about to just to mention that I think it would be great if you make notice, because we have a new law also that is the SB 76 that was approved in.
What's that? Tell the people what it is.
Yes.
76. What's that?
Yes, I'm trying to say. There says that is a new law regarding engineering and the roofing and the repairs. And it says specifically the qualification for the people, this for sure you guys are aware, yes. And it says now details about the contract that need to have things informed. So I would like just to say, because this is important and for sure is good for all of us. And I would like to know also if you guys approved to put in the website the vendor's expenses. Because in
When you say vendor's expense, what do you mean?
in the contract of the Sharma, the ignorant, they say they will report to you, they will make a report for the board and for the office every month from the expenses that we are having on vendors. That report I requested more than a month ago on our minutes from our contract.
What contract? Which one? In particular?
Contract committee. We had a yes. About more than a month ago, I sent the minutes to you. You replied that you received, and there we are requesting that if the board could give it access, because now the laws about the financials give us the chance to request the information. But as you guys are receiving every month, could be great if we could have an access.
Hold on, I don't get you. Are you talking about the balance sheet and the income statement and the other stuff that comes with the financial record? Or are you just talking about charges with respect to a particular contract like you mentioned, Sharma?
No. The contract with Sharma contract says they will give to you guys the access for the report. Are you following me? The report from all the vendors that work for L'Oreal's monthly. They will send a monthly report informing how much are we paying per vendor. And I'm requesting, as this is allowed for us to know, I don't need to be requesting to
You get
see.
it. Listen. February, which was from Victory, that's been posted. And it has all the details. Ask Phil, he's here.
This is. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Not exactly.
Okay. Do you know what I'm talking about, Smith?
What do you? Okay. You have some. She's an accountant, and you have a few more. Let me explain something to you. The financial statement that you'll get, okay? The balance sheet will show you the condition of the organization. Whatever it is, the entity, what is happening now, that's the balance sheet. The income statement will give you, okay, as it said, income. And it will show you on that statement what's going on. Contractors send an invoice, we pay it, you see the amount. The lawyer charges this, you see the amount, okay? So when we post it online, you can look. You can skip the balance sheet, you go straight to the income statement. And if you want to see how much the lawyer charges for a particular month, you can see it there. If you want to break it down further, it's also, you can request, come into the office and say to her, you need to see the whole financial record, and you'll get it. One of the reasons, I spoke to the attorney first, and then to the accounting firm. One of the reasons we don't post everything online, like the delinquency report, is that even when people who sell, they still have access to the website. We don't want somebody to take information from here and go put it elsewhere, and it's a private information. But yes, you have access to any financial record.
I know. I was just asking for this specific report that is available now for you guys to follow all the vendors' expenses. Everything
We follow, that's what I just said, we follow them and you can see them if you ask for them.
Okay, so I asked for.
Good.
Okay.
Next question.
Thank you.
Is that it? No, he had a question. What's it?
Building, building.
I'm sorry, he asked if she had to go to Miami to get that. He was asking if she had to go to Miami to get that.
Yeah, me.
No, Michael was asking, when you talked about she had access to it, Michael was just asking if she had to go to Miami to get it.
Yeah, why do you have to go to Miami? You want to explain to them?
Why do you have to go?
No, I'm asking you.
Well, she got a letter from the attorney.
No, I just explained. Tell them why you
It's
have to go.
because she's asking for so many stuff. We have 3 pages that Susie asked for, all for 37 items. And that's why, you know, she doesn't have time to give you all those information. Some, it's already in the website. It's 37 things.
All right, so let me help
That's why
her.
we said that you have to go to
I was told that I have another homeowner that I request 7 items and you send it to Miami also.
Another what?
Another homeowner that I request to see documents, and in her case, the person, she just asked for 7 items and you send her to
Okay, so let me
Miami
explain
also.
that. Let me explain that. This is the way we do this. We did not initiate sending anybody out of the office. We did not initiate that. Lawyer from the law firm gave us that option. Okay? She said we can send people to their office to pick up documents. Now,
It wasn't a
let me
certification that we
Let me
did.
finish.
Will be
It's-
for free?
It's official. Let me finish. If we get into
Nothing
this
is for
free
free this
thing,
month.
then something else is gonna come out which is not too healthy. Not a bad thing, but it's not too healthy. So let's keep with Susie's question.
Okay.
So here's what we said. The amount of work that she has to do in the office now, she's playing catch up in the office right now. Okay? There are a lot of things she has to put in order so that when people come in and ask, she can just go right there and pull it. Nothing almost in the office is in order. For whatever reason, okay. So she's trying. At the same time, we have this 40-year inspection, we have the roofing, and we have things to be done. She's working on that. One of the reasons I told her that to get some job done, she has to close that door at 4, because it's unreasonable for her to be on the computer and somebody walks in and she cannot do her work.
I agree.
So when you send that list for 37, I said, this is a good one. You cannot manage this. She has to pick it up in Miami, no offense. So
But the attorney has all these documents, or she will have to...
she's still, that's what I'm saying.
She will have to still do the work and send to the lawyer, and lawyer has to send the bill for
Bottom
you,
line-
and she has to go to
The
Miami.
bottom line is,
Doesn't make sense.
But why she need 37 items, all this?
the bottom line is,
Before, I understand she was asking for a lot of questions.
You guys don't upload the things on the website. You guys have this
Before,
information.
she was collect all the things
It's on the shadow.
because she was against the old board. Now that we take over, she's against us also. She want all these items also.
She just want to be
Why?
to
She can have everything she wants, but she wanna go to Miami and pick up.
Wait, it was okay for her to do it to me.
but not to them. You didn't furnish anything.
Yeah.
You didn't give her a single document.
I didn't give you a single document?
No, you didn't give her anything.
I didn't give you a single document?
They gave me documents.
No, you didn't.
And
You
she
didn't.
doesn't have to drive to Miami.
You didn't give her anything. I can prove that you didn't give her anything.
But it's legal thing to do. Attorney to do her job.
This is her list. You did not give her anything. Michael did not give her anything. Robert responded to her by highlighting this may be, and what you said, I'm gonna quote what you said.
Good luck.
You said,
I said good luck.
you said you will accommodate us under condition, okay? You said one, you will deal with individuals but not the board. You said that in your letter. Number two, you said you want an apology for what happened at the first meeting.
No, I didn't.
You said that.
No, read my
It's an email. Read it. Read the word. He says it's in there.
Wait, no, read what I said apology.
When they asked for the 7 documents, I drove 38 miles to Miami Lakes and I never got them. So they said the property manager didn't submit them.
Oh, wow. Well, now,
I showed up.
Now we know. Now we know how other people felt when Ross
That you guys said you don't
So it
want
makes it okay.
No.
So we got something to give.
One question at a
Now she
time.
knows how
I
we
have a
felt.
question.
Now she knows how we
I
felt.
was sent to Miami and I got 0 documents.
Let me finish up. Let me finish this.
That's what she
And you need to pay for
But
it.
that's why you filed a complaint with the DBPR because you weren't getting our
That's what everybody returns.
Bank states.
Guys, we're not here to fight. Come on. Let's not fight. Let's work.
So the fact, listen, the fact of the matter
is,
you never gave reference a single
I'm waiting
document.
for
You
your
did not.
apology. I'm
Number
waiting for
two,
your apology.
in your comments, and we're gonna put it on the, listen, we're going to put it on the website. Anybody can come in after and fix and pick it up. You said, you said that you don't want to deal with her.
Correct.
You said if there's the lawyer there
Yes.
with the property keeper guy,
Yes.
and probably with Phil and me,
Yes.
or
No. That's it.
no, let me finish. Or Danielle and Phil.
Oh, yes. Yes. Yes.
You did say that, right?
I did say that.
Well, you don't want to deal with her.
why you don't want to deal with
Why?
me? Because
But-
that day you
and she's a part of the
you
board.
were crying.
I didn't want to deal with her because I don't like her.
I don't like you either.
Exactly.
Because in that day on the record, you were crying for us to stop the record. That day on the record, you come, you tell me why you guys recording. You keep saying, please, stop the record. That was the problem.
I thought you were acting as adults.
Exactly.
Let's check.
Hold on. So with you.
You send it to the attorney. Can you send it to me? Can I-
All right. So here's what happened. When you went to Miami, you did not inform anybody that you were coming. We could not have prepared anything for you. You didn't give us a time. You didn't say you're going to Miami Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. You just showed up in Miami.
So you gonna stand on that?
Stand on what?
You gonna stand on what you just said? I have an email.
Yeah,
Where I
To
told him to the, he said I couldn't deal with her. He said I was not supposed to deal with y'all.
He said
So
you're not
I
supposed.
dealt with Brooks Miller at the attorney's office and told him I will be there Monday, July 5th between 12 and 2.
But I'm not understanding if she has to prepare the work.
Yes.
Why we gotta drive way up there when she has to
Because
do
they
it?
decided.
They decided to spend money with
Because they have the rights to decide.
It makes sense because the attorney
Wasting money, huh?
said to us,
If they drive. Yeah.
Only time that money is spent
They say that.
is when
money.
that somebody has to be there to make sure that the original.
Let's
Okay, so that's it?
No, I
So the was not the reason.
So he has to.
That's the same as building L.
Building L?
What Malik said, with all the notes on the door. There's one unit in building L. Yeah.
Which one?
With all the notes on the door, it's don't come in, it's
Oh, that's empty.
The one that's
That unit is empty.
there's nobody.
There's no all kinds of notes on the door saying this building's inhabitable.
Yeah.
That's a problem building because you can't even track down the how to get somebody to answer the phone.
I want to ask you.
She's spicy.
We had an statement, how much it's costing us to pay this attorney
For what?
for everything, because I know this attorney, I'm not saying anything wrong, but he charges for every phone call, to every letter.
No, we don't have that attorney anymore.
Oh, what happened, Robbins?
We let him go.
Robbins?
Not Robbins, he doesn't do that.
Who does that?
I said he does not do that.
Excuse me.
They still have.
He does not charge us for a phone
New
call.
York,
He
right?
does not charge us for an email.
Oh, really? She's right.
Oh, really? Yes.
Since we started.
Oh, well, Robbins, can I see that in writing?
Come in the office.
I will.
And you show the bill forms from April.
No,
What?
no, you gotta go to
You gotta go to
Miami.
Miami.
We only have Long Island, so.
Yeah, please. Because that's not what I know about it.
You talking about the
I'm certainly not.
Yeah, you are.
Okay, so that's the end of it.
But then you know what?
Okay, one more thing. It's
Okay, guys,
something
meeting
outstanding
closed.
here. One more thing.
We gotta-
The email you were referring about, Michael, that you were gonna read is the one that he posted on the chat, or where did that come from? Because he's showing me here the email that he thinks you're referring to, and he's not apologizing or anything. So can you clarify that before we leave?
Clarify what?
That you said you were gonna read what Michael wrote.
And I said it's in the office, people can come and pick it up. It's there.
I thought you had it in your hand.
Stop flirting over there. I have the email. I'm telling you the truth.
Is it the email that he published on the
It's
chat?
not one, no, not that email.
Is that from some time ago?
Yeah.
It's part of the correspondence when Daniel was requesting records through Robert, and they would communicate back and forth. Those emails, part of those
Well, that's
emails,
the email that he just showed me, so.
I don't know, but it's on record. I don't want to watch it. If you want to copy, I'll give you a copy and I have that.
Can you just show it to us? Yeah.
You already adjourned. You already adjourned.
So the bottom line is, we have the emails,
5
and
hours.
if you want a copy, populate it up.
So what do you think?
And you read it. You read it first.
Guys, can you help with the chair outside, please? Justin?